Those prophet stories are created by artificial intelligence images, but please don't consider these images as the real images of the prophets. It is just as changing the words to imaginary pictures to make the story easier for imagination. Thank you for your understanding.
تم إنشاء قصص الأنبياء هذه بواسطة صور الذكاء الاصطناعي، لكن رجاء لا تعتبر هذه الصور كصور حقيقية للأنبياء. إنها مجرد تحويل الكلمات إلى صور خيالية لتسهيل تخيل القصة. شكرا لتفهمكم.
And Abraham, when he said to his kinfolk, "Worship Allah, and show piety of him, that is goodness for you, if you were knowing." So Lot believed for him, and said, "I am emigrating to my Lord. Surely, he is Al-Aziz the Almighty, Al-Hakim the Wise." And Lot, when he said for his kinfolk, "Are you coming to the obscenity has not preceded you with it among anyone from the worlds? Are you coming to the men, and cutting off the pathway, and coming into your club the denial?" So it was not his kinfolk's answer except that they said, "Bring us with Allah's torment, if you are among the truthful ones." And Lot, when he said to his kinfolk, "Would you come to the obscenity while you are seeing? Are you coming to the men as desires without the women? Nay, but you are kinfolk who ignore." So it was not his kinfolk answer except that they said, "Exit Lot's folk from your village. Surely, there are people who purify." And Lot, when he said to his kinfolk, "Do you come to the obscenity? None has preceded you with it among the worlds. Are you coming to the men in desire without the women? Nay, but you are an extravagant kinfolk." And it was not his kinfolk answer except that they said, "Exit them out from your village. They are people who, purifying." He said, "My Lord, victory me against the spoilers kinfolk." And when our messengers brought Abraham with the preach good tidings, they said, "We are going to destroy the inhabitants of this village. Surely their inhabitants were oppressors." He said, "There is in it Lot." They said, "We are most knowing, with who is in it. We will save him and his family, except for his woman. She was among the remaining ones." So, when the fright went away about Abraham, and the preach good tidings had reached him, he argued with us and Lot's kinfolk. Surely Abraham was a clement, beseeching impenitent. "O Abraham, avert about this. Surely your Lord's command came already, and it will reach them in none repelled torment." And when our messengers came to Lot, he felt badness for them, and narrowed by them pretextual. He said, "This is an uptight day." And his kinfolk came rushing towards him, and they were before, working the bad deeds. He said, "O kinfolk, these are my daughters. They are pure for you. So, show the piety of Allah, and do not disgrace me and my guests. Is there not a rightly guided man from you?" They said, "You already knew that we had no right in your daughters, and you knew what we would want." He said, "If only I had power over you, or could I take refuge toward a strong corner?" They said, "O Lot, we are your Lord's messengers. They will not reach you. So, walk with your family during a portion of the night, and let none among you turn back, except for your woman. She will be inflicted with what inflicts them. Surely their appointed time is the morning. Isn't the morning near?" So, when our command came, we set up its highest as lowest, and we rained down upon it stones from consecutive layered burn clay. Mark with your Lord, and it is not far from the oppressors. And when our messengers came to Lot, he felt bad for their coming and depressed for them pretextual. And they said, "Do not fear, nor grieve. We will save you and your family, except for your woman. She was among the remaining ones. We will descend upon this village's inhabitants, an abomination from the sky, with what they were debauching, and we quit among it." A proof verse, for a kinfolk who reason. Lot's kinfolk falsified the warnings. Surely, we send against them a stone storm, except Lot's folk. We saved them before dawn, a grace from us. Thus, we recompensed who was thankful, and he already had warned them of our annihilating, so they were skeptical by the warnings, and they seduced him with his guests, so we obliterated their eyes. So, taste my torment in my warnings, and in the early morning seize them a settled torment, so taste my torment in my warnings, to send down stones on them from clay. Mark with your Lord for the extravagant persons. So we exited whoever was in it among the believers. So we did not find in it except one house among the Muslims, and we left in it a verse for those who fear the painful torment. So we saved him and his family, except his woman. She was among the remaining ones, and we rained down upon them a rain. So look how it was the consequence of criminals.